Let's get started. Let me know if I'm talking loud enough. Everyone can hear me. Okay. So yeah, I'm giving up on the mic. Just sometimes it's not reliable. So we're here today. Let me introduce myself. So I'm Rui Adorno. I'm a front-end developer, but also full stack mostly. Although front-end is really my specialty. Like I've been working with it for with web interfaces in general for more than 10, 11 years now. But I started with like the days of Flash development and eventually migrated to modern DNS development. So let me start this talk with a little bit of history, just to present where we come from and what is this pattern that I want to present and talk about today. So we're going to talk about Node.js microservices. And basically, this is the result of the work we've been doing internally at my company for the last 6 months. They're developing a microservices strategy. And we, as a part of the front-end development team, we actually took a step forward and we took ownership of one of the, or of a part of the application that we are deploying as our own microservice. So the front-end team is going to own like deployment and development entirely for that microservice. So what I want to do is just show around some of the patterns we use, some of the technologies involved, and really it is React-based. The demo I'm gonna do it is React, but really server-side render, there are more frameworks doing these the same thing these days. So it's not about a framework war or anything like that. So we came from having monolithic apps. Like I really like the feature, just like for the old school style. But basically, yeah, I guess like just having replies, like pinging. Most of the time, it's a single server, and like it will take a request, process, maybe fetch some data from a database, probably in the same machine, and send a response back to the user. So, like a lot of us been there, right? Using like the traditional LAMP stack, maybe, or maybe something else, .NET. But really coming from that monolithic mentality, where the line is really blurred, right, between what is the front-end responsibility, what is back-end. So everything is entangled together. And then we're moving on to a microservices workflow, where instead of having just a single app, everything tends to be divided as small services. And usually like separating the application into pieces so that different teams can own their deployment and can own their own service. So, and it is also important to know that there's some trade-offs involved. Like, there is very good aspects about it, especially if you get modularization and you can decentralize development across teams. That is way more flexible. But there's a lot more overhead involved and infrastructure required to put this in place compared with just having a server doing everything. The point is just that I think that front ends should also benefit from all these benefits that the microservice architecture proposes. So let's start by covering some of that. I want to start basically showing a little bit of what is the current state of art in front-end development, what is most used these days. Just basically like a review of what we have been doing. And let's start with APIs, right? It's basically the bread and butter of like getting data for the client side. So basically using programmatic APIs such as REST API, GraphQL is getting bigger and bigger these days, especially for front end. So this is having APIs is basically just a way to abstract how to get data into the client side, right? Especially for front end, it's pretty important. Like we don't even know how to handle like connections to the database, and it's not even possible coming from the client side. So moving on to single-page apps, which were like the place from all the modern JavaScript framework came from. So basically consuming this data that were now available as APIs and moving logic into a client side, right? Using JavaScript and Ajax to read data from this API and doing all the logic of the interface on the client side. So this is pretty much the standard these days. All the frameworks are proposing it, like having a client-side render because you need dynamic interfaces and stuff. So, and there's another one that is picking up, getting pretty popular these days, which is basically just serving static pages, right? Because nothing really can beat like serving just static files. It's super cheap. Like you can just have all their endpoints coming straight from CloudFront. So it's just like nothing can beat that. So a couple of people came together. There was this presentation last year at this Smashing Conf, San Francisco. Anyways, they proposed this standard. They kind of just named all this stuff used together and tried to put a brand on it to evangelize. So they call it the Jamstack. So it basically stands for like JavaScript, APIs, and markup. But it's basically putting together all this concept. Like you have static HTML pages. Your app is an SPA client, running on the client side, and you're consuming data from APIs. So that's pretty much the state of the art today for the front end. And what I want to propose is, what if we bring the microservice architecture into the mix? Like, we should be able to, right, to get our own front-end microservice and be part of the party. So, and also we can also kind of fine-tune the amount of data or that we are getting from really static versus the amount of data that we are client-side rendering. So we can, like, especially for mobile, like the idea for laying out together this microservice come from the fact that what we had currently was like super client-side oriented. It was a big SPA. So for the mobile, we wanted to have something more new, and especially like just having, you can be like more lightweight for a mobile phone than just serving a static HTML page with the content already on it. So we wanted to be able to fine-tune the amount of interface that we are rendering on the client side versus like what we get already there, right? Or it's already rendered when the user receives their response. So let's throw Node.js into the mix. So just a quick overview, but I'm pretty sure like a lot of you have already heard about it. But Node.js basically it brings an event-driven runtime. Like, so instead of the traditional threaded model, it uses an event-driven that never blocks and like you can have callbacks and respond to events. So they basically put together Google V8, which was the runtime for the Chrome browser, and put together an event loop to have it running on any server and computer. And the thing that like really makes a big difference is that it finally allows us to have a single language in both clients and server side. So it comes like these days we name it universal JavaScript, but it's being called isomorphic JavaScript also for a while. But it's basically having the possibility of share code from both client and server side. So yeah, so the pattern that basically I want to present, I will make a simple demo. I have no name for it. I didn't try to brand it like the Jamstack guys did. So I'm just going to call it the universal JavaScript microservice. So basically, use a Node.js microservice, and read data from some API, and make use of universal JavaScript components, both running on the server and client side, and basically render the markup in both client and server side. So also, one of the, I can already talk about the result we had during the project. The project is actually going to production. It's not there yet. We're finalizing, but just like the developer experience has been just amazing. Like, just having a modern JS environment. One thing that we did to also spice up the development is to have all the data mocked in the local server. So like in your local machine, you got all the APIs mocked already. So it's super fast. There's no waiting for data. It's just like the data is just mocked, and we make sure to keep it up to date to not having problems with that. And we get to take advantage of having hot reload, which is just great. It's life changing really, being able to have that